there. Welcome to Where's Rob Today. Holy cow, the news is really hopping today. Airplane news and airline news all over the place. Holy cow. So I just thought I'd give you a little chat from a very experienced captain perspective. Things are really happening out there. Yesterday, Vice President Pence's airplane made an approach and landing at LaGuardia. And here is the runway layout at LaGuardia, runway 31 and runway 13 right here, and runway 22 and runway 4. And Pence's airplane landed on runway 13, and I've landed on that runway at LaGuardia. And during a stormy time of day, it's kind of a booger to land on that runway because the winds are coming across pretty good. Now, passenger on Pence's airplane said that the landing was pretty scary and nothing that he was used to. So maybe they didn't have quite the right experienced pilot flying that. There's no use in second guessing it. That's not fair to the pilots because I wasn't there. All I can go on is what I heard, what I hear, and what I know from my instinctive pilot experience, and being familiar with the terrain where all this stuff is going on. So anyway, Pence's airplane comes in here and lands on runway 13, and from what I'm able to ascertain, it was a long landing, which means they probably landed a little bit further down here. And you slam on the brakes in the 737, and it's a pretty good airplane for stopping. It does a pretty good job of doing that. I've done that many a time. But the airplane rolled off the end of the runway in what's called an EMAS, engineered material to assist in stopping the airplane. It's a crushable concrete material, which means the weight of the airplane sinks down into this material, and it transfers the energy from the airplane down into this material down here. So hopefully the thought is that with that frangible material, it will accept the energy from the airplane and result in the airplane stopping a lot more quickly down here so that it doesn't go into the bay. Yeah, there's lots of water out there, and from what I'm able to understand from the reports that I've read, is that the airplane went through the EMAS material and stopped on the grassy knoll just on the other side of it, which results in, if you go over that, you're into the bay, and that's not good. Water's cold, people get hurt, people drowned. Several incidences that I can think of, or you can recall, mishaps that have occurred over time. That American Airlines flight that landed at on runway 4 in Little Rock during a dark, stormy night, thunderstorm going on, captain flying the airplane, who was a chief pilot at American Airlines, and hadn't had much rest in the last 24 hours. He was probably really, really drowsy when he flew the airplane. Airplane goes off the runway, landed on runway 4 at Little Rock, and goes all the way down in the grass, bounces over the knoll that is just right there before the river in Little Rock, and tears through the approach lights, rips part of the airplane off as it rolls through the approach lights, and ends up in the river, nose down in the river, and quite a few people were killed as a result of the impact and drowning that ensued from that. So kind of similar to what happened with Pence's airplane. Thank God the presidential nominee is okay, and there were no injuries whatsoever on that particular mishap. That particular airplane is painted in the new Eastern Airline colors. If you recall, Eastern Airlines used to be a big major airline back in the day. And the new Eastern Airlines has been resurrected with several Boeing 737s, brand new airplanes, and they had them parked down at Miami International Airport, which I got to see them down there, and I got to talk to some of the new hire crew members who were flying for Eastern Airlines, the new and reconstituted Eastern Airlines. it's not really fair for me to say, those people had the right kind of experience. It's really hard to say because with any mishap, there are always many, many, many mitigating factors. And to really understand what was going on, you need to have been there. So that's all I'm really going to say about that mishap. Now, the other that we had today, if you are familiar with LaGuardia, and the symbol for that is FLL. And at LaGuardia, basically, they got runway 9 left, and they got runway 9 right. 9 left is the most used runway at LaGuardia because the wind is generally coming off the ocean over here. Here's the ocean over here. And this is a brand new runway that they just finished not too far in the recent past, which is a good idea because LaGuardia is really, really busy. So, lo and behold, a FedEx airplane going out here, taxiing out here, and for some odd reason, I'm not really sure quite yet about what happened, but the airplane catches on fire, a wheel brake fire or something like that, comes to a stop, the crew bails out of the airplane, and there's video on YouTube and all over the place about that particular mishap. And the airplane goes boom. Man, can you believe that? And big old smoke and fire there at LaGuardia. And that airplane is probably done for quite a time. Now, the other mishap that occurred today is in Chicago at O'Hare. And go Cubbies. Hope they do well. Wish them the best. I am a Cubs fan from way back. And when I first started my airline flying in 1989, the summer of 1989, the Cubbies did really, really well. And I wish them the absolute best. The other mishap was the American Airlines one that was taking off on a flight from O'Hare to Miami this afternoon, and had some kind of an engine issue, and the captain decided to abort the takeoff. And during the rejected takeoff, and that's the official airline term for stopping the airplane on a takeoff roll, rejects the airplane and something happens, maybe a tire blew, and parts of the airplane got ingested into the engine, which resulted in the engine getting all screwed up and causing another fire, and it caught on fire with the airplane stopping on the runway. Boy, oh boy, airplane news out the wazoo these last 2 days. Pretty crazy. And plus the Cubs are playing tonight. They're playing the Indians there at Wrigley Field, which is pretty awesome. If you ever get a chance to go to Wrigley Field, put it on your bucket list. You will enjoy it. It's pretty doggone cool. And, of course, the election news. Holy cow, what can I say about that? The gift that keeps on giving. What can I say? Boy, oh boy, just when you think it's safe to go back in the water, dun-dun, 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 Jaws comes up from the depths to bite the unsuspecting person. Holy cow, unbelievable. Who you got to vote for? It's a secret for me. I ain't telling because I'm a registered independent. But anyway, I can't wait to see what the rest of the day has to show for airplane news. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop me a line down here in comments for this after I post it up to YouTube. And where's Rob today? Where's Rob today? So I have over 30,000 hours of flying time, so I think I know what I'm talking about. Just drop me a line. Any questions, comments, snide remarks, and or cute comments are really appreciated. Y'all have a great day. This video is over.